If you can't control your mind, someone else will. And in a world full of noise, distraction, and chaos, focus isn't a skill anymore. It's a weapon. Today, you will learn 10 brutal Stoic laws that will harden your discipline, sharpen your focus, and rebuild the strongest version of you. There's a strange kind of power that awakens the moment you finally release your grip on everything you can't control. Not fantasy magic, not wishful thinking, something deeper, something the Stoics lived by. It's that quiet shift inside you when your shoulders loosen, your breath stretches fuller, and a small voice whispers, "I trust the path." For so long, you've been carrying weights that were never yours alone. The burden of tomorrow's outcomes, the fear of what might go wrong, the exhausting what if loop that plays like static in the background of your life. Yet here's the truth no one ever taught us. Worry never protects you from tomorrow. It only steals peace from today. Think of water. Clench it, and it slips through your fingers. Hold your hand open, and it settles calmly in your palm. Life works the same way. The tighter you grip, the more anxious you become, the more everything falls apart. But when you soften, when you stop wrestling with every outcome, life begins to open. Not because you gave up, not because you stopped caring, but because you finally made space. Space for solutions hidden behind anxiety. Space for opportunities you were too tense to notice. Space for a calmer, wiser version of you to rise. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And today, we're stepping into that power through 10 brutal Stoic laws that shift everything the moment you stop worrying. Take a breath. Let it fall gently from your chest. Let's begin. Law number 1. Your grip is the problem, not your life. You've been taught to hold on. Hold on to people. Hold on to plans. Hold on to outcomes you think you're supposed to control. But life was never meant to be strangled into submission. The tighter you grip, the more things slip through your fingers. People feel drained. Goals feel heavier. Your mind feels louder. Stoicism teaches a harsh truth. Most suffering comes not from life, but from the way we cling to it. Imagine carrying a rope that's slowly sliding away. If you cling harder, it burns your hands. If you loosen your grip, even a little, the pain stops. The rope still moves, but you're no longer tearing yourself apart trying to stop it. This is the law of release. The first brutal Stoic law that changes everything. Let go of what you cannot command. You can influence outcomes, but you cannot force them. You can put in the work, but you cannot dictate the timing. You can love people, but you cannot control their choices. You can strive for success, but you cannot guarantee the path. And the moment you stop pretending you can, your anxiety dissolves. Your mind quiets. Your life finally begins to unfold. Letting go doesn't mean apathy. It means wisdom. It means choosing where your strength goes, instead of wasting in battles you cannot win and storms you cannot stop. Open your hands. Loosen the grip. Let what's not meant for you pass. Let what is meant for you stay freely. Because when you stop wrestling with life, something incredible happens. It finally starts cooperating. Law number 2. The world doesn't owe you clarity. You build it. Most people wait their entire lives for clarity. They wait for the right moment, the right sign, the right feeling, as if the universe is obligated to hand them certainty on a silver plate. But the truth is brutally simple. Clarity is not something you receive. Clarity is something you create. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They didn't sit around hoping for motivation or waiting for life to make sense. They acted, and clarity followed like a shadow. Think about walking through fog. You don't see the whole road, but every step forward reveals just a little more. That's how life works. You gain clarity by moving, by deciding, by doing, not by waiting. The world doesn't owe you a map. It only gives you a compass, your mind, and expects you to build the path yourself. Marcus Aurelius didn't wait for the perfect moment to lead armies. Epictetus didn't wait for freedom to find purpose. Seneca didn't wait for life to feel fair before he began living wisely. They moved. They acted. They stepped through the fog. The Stoic law is this: do not wait for the path. Walk, and the path appears. You may not know the perfect goal. You may not understand the entire future. You may doubt yourself more than you'd ever admit. But that's okay. You only need enough clarity to take the next step. Just one. Because clarity is not a revelation. It's a reward. A reward for those brave enough to begin before they feel ready. So stop waiting for certainty. Stop waiting for things to make sense. Stop waiting for motivation or signs or perfect timing. Lift your foot. Take the step. Your path will reveal itself to the one who walks. Law number 3. Your mind is a room. Keep the wrong people out. Your mind is the most valuable place you will ever own. Not your home, not your bank account, not your achievements. Your inner room. The space where your thoughts breathe, your emotions settle, and your identity forms. But here's the tragedy. Most people leave the door wide open. Anyone can walk in. Anyone can rearrange the furniture. Anyone can dump their fears, their noise, their doubts onto your floor. And you carry the mess as if it was yours. Stoicism teaches this harsh but liberating truth. Not every voice deserves a seat in your mind. Some people speak only in limits. Some people drain your energy without ever giving any back. Some people leave you doubting your own potential because they've never met their own. And the worst part? They don't even have to be present. Their comments linger. Their criticisms echo. Their doubts float in your mind long after they've left the room. But here's what the Stoics understood. You're the gatekeeper. You decide who enters. You decide who stays. You decide which voices shape your destiny. Marcus Aurelius said, your mind will take the shape of what you frequently think about. So ask yourself, what and who have you allowed to shape you? Clean the room. Sweep out the doubts that aren't yours. Close the door on people who only take. Silence the voices that shrink you. This is not about cutting people off. It's about protecting the most sacred space you have. Because when your mind becomes a quiet, well-guarded room, your clarity sharpens, your discipline strengthens, and your focus becomes unbreakable. Guard that room like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Law number 4. Your emotions are waves. You are the shore. There will be days when emotions crash into you with the force of a storm. Anger rising without warning. Fear creeping in at midnight. Sadness arriving like an uninvited guest. Most people mistake the wave for the ocean. They think, this is who I am now. This feeling defines me. But the Stoics saw emotions differently. They believed emotions are temporary visitors, not permanent residents. A wave, no matter how tall, always breaks, always falls back into the sea, always passes. You're not the wave. You are the shore it breaks upon. Epictetus reminded us, it's not what happens to you, but how you respond that matters. You can feel anger without becoming anger. You can feel fear without bowing to fear. You can feel sadness without drowning in it. The Stoic power lies in the pause. That brief, sacred space between the wave rising and your response forming. In that pause, you choose. Do I let this emotion control my day? Or do I let it pass like every other wave before it? Stoicism doesn't demand that you stop feeling. It demands that you stop living as a hostage to the feelings that come and go. Let the wave rise. Let it crash. Let it fall away. Do not chase it. Do not fight it. Do not make it your identity. The ocean moves endlessly, but the shore remains. You, the thinker, the observer, the conscious mind. You are the shore. When you learn to stand steady while emotion rises and fades, you become untouchable, because power isn't never feeling anything. Power is knowing that whatever you feel cannot move you from who you are. Law number 5, distraction is a thief. Protect your focus with discipline. Every era has its enemies. For the ancient Stoics, it was war, famine, exile, and the brutality of survival. For us, it is something far quieter, far subtler, far more dangerous. Distraction, not the harmless kind, the kind that steals your potential one notification at a time, one scroll at a time, one meaningless habit at a time. Stoicism teaches that the greatest loss in life is not money or opportunity. It's the loss of time, because once time slips through your fingers, it never returns. Seneca warned, people are frugal with their money but waste their time. The one thing where it is right to be stingy. Focus is not just a skill. It is a spiritual act. It is you declaring to the world and to yourself, my life is too important to be wasted. But here's the harsh truth. Distraction doesn't need your permission. It only needs your attention. And once it gets a small piece of it, it quietly takes more. Your discipline, your ambition, your momentum, your inner fire. Stoics protected their mind the way warriors protected their weapons, because they knew a dull mind cannot cut through life's challenges. Your focus is your blade. Every time you resist distraction, you sharpen it. Every time you sit with your goals instead of your impulses, you strengthen it. Every time you choose presence over stimulation, you polish it until it can slice through every obstacle in your path. So lock your time, guard your mind, treat your focus as sacred, because distraction is a thief, but only if you leave the door open. Law number 6, hardship shapes you into who you refuse to become on your own. There are versions of you that comfort will never reveal. Stronger versions, sharper versions, wiser versions, versions forged only in fire. The Stoics believe that life does not test you to break you. It tests you to build you. But strength is not created in ease. Ease softens the edges. Ease dulls the instincts. Ease allows you to sleepwalk through life without ever meeting the deeper parts of yourself. Hardship, however, hardship wakes you up. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle is the way," not a metaphor, a law of life. Because the moment you face something difficult, you are confronted with a choice. Do you collapse into the weakness you've always allowed? Or do you rise into the strength you've always carried? Hardship introduces you to the version of you that comfort hides. It forces you to confront truths you avoid. It pushes you past limits you never question. It teaches you resilience you didn't know you possessed. Think back on your life. Every moment that shaped you, every piece of wisdom you hold, every strength you now rely on, they were all carved from difficulty. Pain didn't break you. It sculpted you. Suffering didn't destroy you. It matured you. Loss didn't weaken you. It taught you what truly matters. Stoicism doesn't ask you to enjoy hardship. It asks you to use it, to treat every struggle as a blacksmith's hammer, shaping the steel within you. So when life feels heavy, don't ask, why me? Ask, what part of me is being built right now? Because the version of you that emerges from hardship is always stronger than the one who walked into it. Law number 7, your identity is a choice, not a prison. Most people live their entire lives believing they're who they've always been. Their habits, their past, their wounds, their mistakes, their limitations. They say things like, that's just how I am. I've always been like this. I can't change now. As if identity is something carved in stone. But the Stoics rejected that illusion completely. Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. In other words, identity is not inherited. It is built. You are not trapped inside the person you were 10 years ago, or even 10 minutes ago. Who you were is memory. Who you are becoming is choice. Every action you take chisels away the old you and reveals a new shape beneath. The moment you decide, I am disciplined, you begin to act disciplined. The moment you say, I am resilient, your choices bend toward resilience. Identity is not a label. It is a direction. Think of yourself as a sculpture in progress. Every decision is a strike of the hammer. Every habit is a cut of the chisel. Every belief is a new layer shaping your form. You are not finished. You are being crafted. And here's the liberating truth. You can choose what masterpiece you become. Not your past. Not your environment. Not your failures. You. The Stoic law is simple. Become what you repeatedly choose. If you choose laziness, you become lazy. If you choose courage, you become brave. If you choose discipline, you become unstoppable. Your identity is not a prison cell. It is an open doorway. And every day, you decide whether you step through it. Law number 8. Silence is strength. Seek it daily. The world today is louder than ever. Everyone is talking. Everyone is posting. Everyone is rushing to fill every empty moment with noise. Music, notifications, scrolling, chatter, distraction. Silence has become rare. And because it is rare, it has also become powerful. The Stoics understood this long before our world drowned itself in noise. They sought silence not as an escape, but as a weapon, a place where the mind returns to its original clarity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Silence isn't the absence of sound. It is the absence of disturbance. It is the moment when your thoughts stop chasing each other, when your emotions settle like dust falling in slow motion, when you can finally hear the quiet voice inside you, the one drowned out by the world. And here's the truth. Without silence, you cannot hear your intuition. Without silence, you cannot see your next step. Without silence, you lose touch with your own inner compass. People fear silence because it forces them to confront themselves. But Stoicism teaches the opposite. Silence is where you remember who you are. Seek it, protect it, honor it. Sit alone for 5 minutes. Breathe. Let the mind clench. In silence, clarity appears. In silence, strength returns. In silence, the storms within you finally calm. Make silence a daily ritual, not as a luxury, but as a necessity, because the world may shout endlessly, but your power grows in the quiet moments where only you exist. Law number 9. Your reaction is your real power. You can lose money. You can lose people. You can lose opportunities, comfort, plans, and entire seasons of your life. But there is one thing the world can never take from you unless you hand it over. Your response. This is the core of Stoic strength. The one truth that separates those who crumble from those who rise. Life will hit you. Unexpected storms will arrive. People will disappoint you. Plans will collapse. Doors will close. And in those moments, it feels like everything is slipping out of your control. But the Stoics whisper a different truth. What matters is not what happens. What matters is who you become because of it. The event is external. The reaction is internal. And the internal is where your power lives. A harsh comment can ruin your day, or it can teach you resilience. A failure can break your confidence, or it can sharpen your hunger. A loss can make you bitter, or it can deepen your wisdom. Nothing in life carries meaning until you assign it meaning. Nothing has the power to define you unless you accept the definition. Marcus Aurelius faced betrayals, wars, pandemics, and political chaos. Yet he wrote calmly, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't be." Not because harm doesn't exist, but because the mind decides what harm becomes. Your reaction is the final battlefield, the place where your discipline, your character, and your destiny are forged. So when life shakes you, pause, breathe, respond from strength, not fear, from clarity, not panic, from purpose, not impulse, because the world can storm outside you, but it is powerless if you remain calm within. Law number 10. The mind you train today becomes the life you live tomorrow. Every future you dream of, every version of you that is stronger, calmer, more focused, more powerful, begins in one place. Your mind, not in luck, not in timing, not in opportunity, in the discipline of your inner world. Most people want a better life, but they leave their mind untrained, like a wild animal wandering wherever it wants, pulled by impulses, distracted by noise, shaped by whatever the world throws at it. The Stoics refuse to live that way. They train their minds the way warriors train their bodies, daily, intentionally, relentlessly, because they understood this truth. The mind is the architect. Your life is the blueprint. Every thought you repeat becomes a belief. Every belief you strengthen becomes a habit. Every habit you practice becomes a lifestyle. And every lifestyle becomes a destiny. Your mind is building your future, even when you're not aware of it. If you feed it fear, your life becomes smaller. If you feed it excuses, your life becomes limited. If you feed it distractions, your life becomes scattered. But if you feed it discipline, your life becomes stable. If you feed it purpose, your life becomes meaningful. If you feed it focus, your life becomes unstoppable. The Stoics chose their thoughts. With the same seriousness, they chose their actions. Because they knew you cannot live a powerful life with an undisciplined mind. So train it, challenge it, direct it, sharpen it. Every day, strengthen the voice inside you that says, "I command my mind. My mind does not command me." Because the thoughts you practice today become the world you walk through tomorrow. The moment everything shifts. If you've made it this far, understand something. Most people never do. Most people move through life on autopilot, surviving instead of living, reacting instead of choosing, drifting instead of directing their destiny. But you just walk through 10 brutal Stoic laws that few ever confront. And by doing so, you've taken a step most never take. The step toward commanding your mind instead of being controlled by it. Take a moment. Breathe. Let everything settle. Because what you just learned isn't just philosophy. It's not abstract. It's not theoretical. It is a blueprint, a weapon, a way of living, a reminder that your mind is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally. If you train it, release what you cannot control. Act before clarity arrives. Guard your inner room. Stand steady through your emotions. Protect your focus like treasure. Let hardship sculpt you. Choose your identity. Seek silence. Own your reactions. Train your mind daily. These laws are not ideas to admire. They are disciplines to practice. Not once. Not when life is calm. But always, especially when life gets hard. Because the person who applies these laws consistently becomes someone rare in this world. Someone grounded. Someone unshakable. Someone free. The world will still be chaotic. People will still disappoint you. Challenges will still rise. But you will meet them with strength. Instead of fear. With clarity. Instead of confusion. With discipline. Instead of impulse. That is the Stoic advantage. That is the power you now carry. Before you leave, if this message moved you, if even one law shifted your perspective, then help us grow. Like this video. Share it with someone who needs strength today. Subscribe for more Stoic, cinematic guidance on rebuilding your mind and rising above the noise. Your journey doesn't end here. It begins now.